Good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and as you can see, I am on location in Laguna Beach. Yes, I am. I am staying with a dear friend of mine who lives in Laguna Beach, and I just think it's so perfect based on what I want to talk about today. So I am live. I am live. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am a interfaith minister and spiritual life coach. And SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. So, as y'all can see, I am still on the road, and I decided that I wanted to talk about something today, possibly as a series this week. And it's simply two words. I do. I do. So, the reason why this is so present for me right now is because this weekend I was blessed, Pamela. I was blessed to officiate the wedding of my sis. I call her my sis because our mothers are twins and she's more like a sister to me. And I got to officiate her wedding to her beloved Vanessa and Steve. So shout out to Vanessa and Steve. And it was extraordinary, y'all. It was extraordinary. It was just so beautiful. And so I'm out in California where they live. And one of the things that struck me as I have been preparing for their wedding and the words that I wanted to share with the people, the family, and the friends that were going to be there was a little bit of their love story. And so, whenever I am officiating a wedding, I always meet with the couple a couple of times, both the bride and the groom. And I have each of them separately write out their love story. And I do this for two main reasons. One, the obvious reason is for me to get a sense of who they are as a couple and individually, just to get like the essence of their relationship. And then my second reason is to remind them of their journey. So my cousin and Steve have been together for it'll be 6 years in December. And, as time goes on, you can sometimes forget the little things, right? That mean so much. And so by having a couple write their love story, how they met, what they loved about the person, or what um, kept them interested in continuing to date them, and their courtship, and all of the components that created this relationship, it really gives the couple this this anchor, right? This anchor, this depth to their journey. And it's especially helpful when the couple is creating their own vows, because now they have this guide. They have, it's almost like their relationship Bible to guide them in creating their vows. And that's what was so wonderful about Vanessa and Steve, because they use a lot of components in their love story that they wrote as part of their vows. And I'm telling y'all, it was absolutely beautiful. Some of the um, I'll be sharing some clips. Let's say that I'll be sharing some clips from their ceremony on my social media in a couple of days or so. And so it got me thinking about these two words, I do. I do. And yes, they both said I do in the ceremony, but they also said I do before the ceremony. And let me speak about my cousin, Vanessa, because one of the things that we would do together, some of my girlfriends and my cousin, we would create vision boards. And at first, Vanessa would poo poo the vision board. She was like, I don't want to do that. Right. And so one year she decided, okay, I'm going to do it. So she was creating her vision board. She didn't finish it while we were all together, but she promised that she would, and she did. And let me tell you, everything on her vision board has come true. Everything on her vision board has manifested. Every single thing, from moving from New York to somewhere else, in her case, California, to traveling, to having love in her life again. All of the things that she had on her vision board came true. Now, did it come true like that? Did it manifest like that? No, because we always have work to do, right? We might have some healing work, we might have some forgiveness work, we may have just some clutter to release, you know? And so each of us gets to do that work. And part of doing that work is saying, I do. Saying I do to ourselves, right? Saying I do to the components of our lives that may be off in the distance and we want to draw it closer to us, right? We want to bring it in closer to us. And saying those two words, I do, are powerful words of commitment. They're powerful words of manifestation. So that's the invitation that I'm offering this week. What are you saying I do to in your life? Consciously or unconsciously? And one of the ways that we get to see what we've been saying I do to is by just taking inventory of our lives, where we are, what's going on, what we have experienced, what we focused on, helps us to see what we have been saying I do to. And it gives us an opportunity to get clearer, right? To get clearer. You might say, oh my God, I've been saying I do to that. I don't want that. So let me shift. Let me change. Let me get clear about what it is that I am saying I do to. So that's the invitation this week. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I am in Laguna Beach. I'm sitting on my friend's deck and it's very foggy here. And we just went for a walk on a trail. We took Jax, his dog, who's a sweetheart, on his walk this morning on this beautiful trail, and we were hoping to see the sunrise, but it's too foggy here to see the sunrise. So hopefully before I leave, I'll be able to see the sunrise and I'll be able to show you more of this beautiful view because right over there is the ocean, but I can see none of it right now because it's that foggy out here. But he tells me it clears up as the day goes on, it'll clear up. So this is Morning Sip on location in Laguna Beach. I say I do to living my life in joy, connected to my yes. Yes. So let me share a little joy news. So yesterday was the full moon, and I was in transit yesterday. And so by the time I got settled, it was too late to do anything except for put up a rerun. And it just so happened that in October of 2021, the full moon was in the sign of Aries. And this full moon was also in the sign of Aries. So I replayed that episode. It may not be exact to this full moon, but I think it gave you a good sense of the energy of of things that might be up for you based on the energy of this full moon in Aries. So it is a harvest moon. It was at full illumination last night around 11, and I hope you check out the replay of that meditation with the full moon. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and so tomorrow I will be leading our community cafe at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Even though I'm on the Pacific Time, I'm operating on Eastern Time. So 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Join me for a special community cafe. We will be doing visioning. So I hope that you will have the opportunity to join me tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. Go to events and you'll see Community Cafe, and the Zoom link is there. It is free, it is open to everyone, everywhere. So we are going to be focusing our visioning on our lives and catching God's idea of our I do's as well. Okay, so please join me for that. Also, please remember, if you have been contemplating about my class that I have coming up, October 16th is right around the corner. It's an 8-week class focused on self mastery, emergence of the true self. It is an opportunity for you to deepen in your spiritual principles and practices. So you can go to rocklandcsl.org. You can register there. The cost is $240. There is a payment plan that is available, and I will hope to see you on October 16th. The class is from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have any questions, you can send me a direct message, and I would love to speak with you about the class. The same as well, if you are seeking some support, one on one spiritual life coaching is a service that I provide. So if you need support, if you are ready to take that next step in your life, or if you're just like, I don't know what the steps are, Rev Melissa, I can support you, guide you, and give you some work, because it is work, y'all, to get you moving to um, to your level of self mastery. How about that? So, of course, DM me, and we can set up some time to talk. All right. So I think that's all of today's show. I will see you tomorrow. I'm playing it by ear, y'all, because the time difference might clash. So I'm playing it by ear. It worked out perfectly today. We'll see how it works out tomorrow morning. So have a wonderful today. And remember, what are you saying I do too? What are you saying I do too? That is the question for this week. I hope you're doing well with your gratitudes. October is gratitude month. What are you grateful for? I hope you are giving yourself self care through naps, if that's something that resonates with you. And I hope that you are just being gentle and kind with yourself. So, peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.